Hello everyone, wish you very all the best for the mains examination. Before you embark this journey, I would like to give you one or two small tips, suggestions. They may be unconventional, something that you have not heard about, because a conventional approach, conventional suggestions, they are everywhere, they are pervasive, they are ubiquitous, available to everyone. But based on my experience, I would like to give just small one or two suggestions. Number one, if you don't know answer to a question in the mains examination, totally leave it blank. If the question is factual, for example, if the question is what is embodied artificial intelligence, you don't know the answer, you don't even try to answer it. Don't just write about something about AI, artificial intelligence, thinking that so there is AI in the question, I will write few lines about AI. You are not going to get marks. If the question is about let us say dark factory or something, so if you know the answer, definitely write. But if you haven't heard about it, you don't know anything about it, absolutely don't even try. So conventional suggestion is that fill the pages. UPSC tests honesty, and I believe it tests absolute honesty even in mains examination. If you don't know the answer, better to leave it blank and use the same energy, same time to improve another answer where you really know very well. So you can add few more examples, maybe you can add few diagrams, maybe you can correct few of your own mistakes if you can go back and use the same time. So filling the pages with very generic, irrelevant content is not going to be rewarded, but also going to be punished in a way that it will affect other answers, because you are going to create bad impression. Second suggestion, that before entering the mains examination, because the first answer usually consumes lots of time, though you want to write it in 7 minutes if it is 150 word answer, maybe 11 minutes if it is 250 word answer. The first answer, the first question you choose, usually the one for which you know the better answer. So you tend to give more time to that particular question. So in order to overcome this, before you enter the examination, choose any one random mains question. If it is essay paper, choose any random essay topic and do 5 to 10 minutes brainstorming. So you don't have to write entire answer, just the skeleton of it. So 5 minutes, if you can choose any random question, and you can visit our Insights IAS website, that day secure question, you can choose any one random question, just brainstorm, just to overcome the inertia, build that momentum. So as soon as you go into the examination center, so when you open the question paper, so then there should be that momentum, you don't spend so much time brainstorming. So this is a useful tip that has really helped so many toppers. The third one, the secret is to enjoy the whole process. You have to keep absolutely open mind here. So don't go with any preconceived notions, any kind of expectations. Just go there, be in the moment and enjoy the process. It's a thoroughly intellectual process. Fourth, when it comes to essay paper, I believe you need to unlearn everything. What do I mean by that? You need to show originality, you need to express your ideas in a coherent way, you need to show your analytical ability and critical thinking powers in your essay. So when you go with certain boundaries, when you go with certain conformation, when you are conformed to certain things, so I think that originality won't be expressed in your essay. You just need to choose a topic where you are really comfortable, you love the topic, even if it is challenging, and just forget about the examples you have learned, the toppers tips you have learned, the teachers and everything, whatever people have told, write in this way. So I'm not going to tell how to write and anything. I just want you to be yourself while writing the essay, because if you have reached this stage, and there are some of you who have reached this stage multiple times, the main stage, you have accumulated vast amount of knowledge and vast amount of experience, and you have seen the world, you have observed and you have heard stories, and you know so many things that is all stored in your mind, even if it is subconscious. So I think immersing yourself and thoroughly staying close to the topic, enjoying the topic, keep looking at the topic again and again and again after each and every paragraph. So while writing next paragraph, again keep looking at the previous paragraph, what argument you have made. So just go with the organic flow. So I think that kind of original essay will fetch more marks than something that you consciously write, trying to recall this example, that example, and you know, which ultimately became which will ultimately become more artificial and mechanical. So avoiding mechanical artificial essay will itself fetch you more marks. Finally, the last tip that I would like to give you, this mains examination thoroughly, each and every paper including optional paper. So they are intended to test your analytical ability, because this is there in the notification, and how deeper understanding you possess with respect to that particular question. So be conscious that while you write each and every answer, each and every paper, that the UPSC has a specific demand: depth of understanding, diversity in your ideas, and analytical ability. So each night before going to sleep, read something deeply thought-provoking, may be related to your paper, may not be related to your paper, so that your mind stays in that intellectual zone, analytical zone. So wish you all the best. I hope you will really do well in this mains examination and get selected for the interview stage. All the best.